Everyone knows that traffic is exhausting, especially in Jakarta, and everyone realized that a change of scenery is needed, especially after you have a long week. And I think that's what Car Free Day is for. Car Free Day at Jakarta held every Sunday from 6 to 11, where Jalan Sudirman and Jalan Thamrin will be closed to all private cars, where during this time most locals spend their weekend at Car Free Day, usually for a morning run and some for having fun walk and taking photos, and some came to ride their bike, many to take their dogs for a walk, and some communities usually use this opportunity for having gatherings for charities, and some even here only for the food stalls. Since the road is closed for vehicles other than Transjakarta, people usually will need to find other transportation to reach the site. The options are either by train and then take the ojek online, or maybe just walk from their own home to Senayan. Some took the Transjakarta to arrive at Sudirman, and lots of people park their car at FX Senayan, where at FX they provide parking lot 24 hours, I guess, and the shower rooms also for weekly car free day runners. In Jakarta, the variety of activities done during Car Free Day is very various, where some people entertain locals by cosplaying on the street, some just want to have a fresh air and then they walk slowly, some bike communities usually love to bike together with their costume and their own themes. Some local merchants sell their goods with wide variety, like from boxers to fishes, and some merchants feels like it's the right market to sell their foods. And there's even also this guy willingly to hand pump bike tires for free. And there's also this guy for straight 2 hours showing off his skill for money. Even the police are patrolling by riding a horse. With many things going on with Jakarta, we would like to analyze three conditions to help improve Jakarta to be a better place for all. The worst traffic you can imagine probably is the one that's surrounded by offices, right? And that's what exactly traffic in Sudirman looks like. There are approximately 100 known office buildings along Sudirman Thamrin Road. That already sounds exhausting, especially at morning and at afternoon, even at night. Now add MRT construction work area to the road. This what happens. We think that's why people from many backgrounds, office workers or not, love to visit car free. They can actually see and enjoy the roads in the so-called traffic city without any traffic at all. Based on our research about water in this area, the ground level is approximately at 26 meters above sea level. With this, Sudirman Thamrin area is one of the areas in Jakarta that is very unlikely to have flood. And also because of the treatment done by governments years ago, where they make these large sewers under the ground to let the water after every rain able to flow to the sea. But sometimes you can still see puddles in the Jakarta lane, and sometimes also on the pedestrian lane, which is visually not good. The trash control of car-free day areas in 2018 is already improved a lot, whereas Jakarta Environment Department already provide 500 trash bags and then distribute them to participants every car-free day. And even though there's regulation and officers to remind people on site, and also to give those who violate the regulation a fine of 500,000 rupiah, we can still see people leave their trash wherever they like. Based on our observations, this happens probably because all the trash cans itself isn't really everywhere and it's not really that accessible. So that's why people tend to throw the trash instead of keeping it to themselves for a while. Looking at the situation, we decided to listen to people's words about trash during Car Free Day.
Berapa sering nih Car Free Day?
Hampir tiap minggu. Kita banyak sampah. Iya, tapi kan kita bawa plastik buat naruh sampahnya.
Mungkin tong sampah ya. Di sini jarang tong sampah.
Oh, kalau plastik kita pegang sampai ke mobil.
Ya kan dipungutin, ada yang mengutin, ada tukang jawab.
Jakarta is a growing capital city with very high expectation from its people. And with 18th Asian Games coming up soon in Jakarta, the city is under big renovation. Like MRT construction works is in almost every 1 kilometers away. And it's actually a logical thing to do for the government because foreigners will come and this area is probably the first thing they visit. Yes, the city is evolving and yes, it needs time to process the whole thing. But in our opinion, the water and trash conditions are doing great so far. Even though we agree it also needs some improvements in some areas. But with traffic conditions that caused by its complicated factors, there's nothing much we can do right now but support the process. Things like taking public transportations, take part in car-free day events, and also help to participate throwing trash in its provided place, and also not carelessly throwing trash anywhere you like to avoid flood in other area in Jakarta. Those are the things only can be done by the people for the improved Jakarta.
Seluruh sahabat relawan, sampahnya yang dekat-dekat kita boleh kita pungut, kita satuin ya. Kita punya, nggak mau kita kesan jelek kan, bekas